What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Boy Snapshot TV. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And tonight I'll go over my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please full watch the video before you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content because I'm on the road to 7K, along with that 3K watchers, along with that membership. Follow my social media down below in the description and go check out my AEW Dynamite review on how to go show that video some love by watching the full video. Leave a like and comment and share. Alright, now WWE Smackdown, it was just a decent show for what it was. It says, we open with a shot outside the Milwaukee, Wisconsin from as Michael Cole hypes up the title match set for tonight's show with shots of champions Nia Jax and Motor City Machine Guns alongside their respective challengers Naomi and the Street Profits. Um, we then go to ringside as we're reminded that wrestling has more than one royal family, signaling the arrival of the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. The champ heads to the ring to a big reaction from the Milwaukee, Wisconsin crowd as we get a look back at the fight between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton from last week, culminating in a pile driver, which that pile driver was banned from WWE that had Randy Orton stretched out to an ambulance. Back in the ring, Cody Rhodes has a microphone to call out Kevin Owens after he crossed the line last week. The lack of response has Cody Rhodes flush, frustrated, frustrated as he calls Kevin Owens out again. But out comes Nick Aldis instead. The SmackDown general manager of SmackDown understands the anger, talking about the damage Randy Orton took last week after being away for so many months. Nick Aldis also acknowledges the hazard involved in the use of a power driver last week, saying it was banned to keep our generation from being stuck in the wheelchairs 20 years down the line. This all leads to Nick Aldis telling the champ that the line Kevin Owens he crossed means that he cannot be allowed to be here, but Cody Rhodes tells the GM to let him handle this, calling Kevin Owens ignorant among other things. Nick Aldis says this is not about money. This is about the roster knowing that Nick Aldis knows that if you're give them an inch, they will take a mile. He can't let the inmates run the asylum. So this situation with Kevin Owens must be resolved interiorly. Cody Rhodes can't stand the phrasing here, saying he understands where Nick Aldis is coming from, but that he is still wrestler, but he is still a wrestler. So put yourself in Cody Rhodes' shoes. Imagine being in the one to tell Randy Orton's family he the one being blamed for what happened. He then talks about Randy Orton giving him respect backstage at WrestleMania XI, and how much it means to him to get this situation resolved. If he can get this handled in a WWE ring, what do you expect him to do? With a question mark. He knows Nick Aldis doesn't want Cody handling things outside the ring, but the ball is in the GM's court, and Cody Rhodes won't be waiting very long. With that, Cody Rhodes drops the mic before heading up the ramp, staring down at the general manager still in the ring. This was a good opening to kick off the show. Good opening segment driving just how heated things are for Cody Rhodes regarding Kevin Owens. It's hard to talk about the power drive being such a dangerous move in 2024, but sometimes you gotta go with stuff for the sake of the story. Good confrontation here though. Hashtag SmackDown. Backstage, Jimmy Uso is on the phone with Roman Reigns. When he checks in with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, he says the four of them are going to talk straight strategy for War Games. But Jimmy Uso points out that they still need a fifth member for the match. Sami Zayn has an idea of who to reach out to, walking always as the Uso confer over who it could be. Back at ringside, Bayley makes her way to the ring for our opening contest, a triple threat match in the Women's United States Championship tournament up next after this break. Commercial break. Back from the break, Candice LeRae makes her way down the ramp next. Her reign as WWE Speed Women's Champion launches by commentary as she enters the ring. Rounding out the participants is B Fab as she head to the ring to get this match underway. All right, so we get the Women's United States Championship Tournament Triple Threat match: Bayley versus B Fab versus Candice LeRae. And this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie, this was um, this match was it was just not bad. It was just okay for what it was. Candice LeRae goes after Bayley at the jump, sending her out of the ring with a dropkick before B-Fab goes on the attack with some strikes and a body slam. Sliding clothesline gives B-Fab a near fall before she mounts up for some punches on Candice LeRae, who fights back to her feet to take B-Fab to the mat only for B-Fab to respond with a thirst kick. Bayley catches her on the ropes as Candice LeRae attacks from behind, but B-Fab takes them both down with a clothesline as we go to a break. Not even a picture-in-picture. USA, oh boy. Commercial break. Oh, there we are. Picture-in-picture reveals that Bayley is in control now, taking down B-Fab as we return to the full action to see the former women's champion hit a middle rope elbow drop for a near fall before Candice LeRae breaks up the pin. B-Fab and Bayley back to their feet, going after Candice LeRae, which leads to all three women down on the canvas. Candice LeRae is back to her feet, however, taking Bayley down for a near fall before rushing over to B-Fab for a cover, but she took kicks out. Candice LeRae heads to the turnbuckle, but is intercepted by B-Fab, who is shoved to the mat. Bayley's back up now, catching the poison pixie for a suplex attempt, but B-Fab comes in for a powerbomb, sending both her opponents to the canvas. Candice LeRae hooks the leg of Bayley, but B-Fab managed to stop it. B-Fab goes after Candice LeRae, talking her down for a near fall, but Candice LeRae rolls out of the ring. Bayley gets caught with an inverted neck breaker into a facebuster, but it's only good for a 2 count. Candice LeRae slides into the ring, forcing Bayley out only to be cradled by B-Fab for a close near fall. Candice LeRae back on the attack until Bayley sends her into the corner, only to be dropped down by B-Fab, but Candice LeRae is right there to break it up. B-Fab turns her attention to Candice LeRae to send her out of the ring, but is rolled up by Bayley, who gets the win and advances in this tournament. The winner by pinfall and advancing in the Women's United States Championship tournament, Bayley. Y'all might as well put the Women's United States Championship on Chelsea Green. I can see Chelsea Green winning the Women's United States Championship. I can see that. All right, we get a graphic for the tournament brackets, which culminates a Saturday night's main event for Nassau Coliseum on December 14th. All right. Fun triple threat to open the show. Quite happy to see the opportunities that arise with the Women's United States Championship, and Bayley picks up the big win to advance in the tournament. Hashtag Smackdown. Backstage, we see Sami Zayn talking to LA Knight, presumably trying to recruit the fifth member for OG for the original Bloodline. But up next is an open challenge for the United States Champion. Commercial break. Back from commercial, we get a look at The Rock's appearance on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, as well as a shoot with GQ magazine and the upcoming film Red One. Backstage, B-Fab finds herself dealing with Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, who makes fun of her for not advancing in the tournament. She points out the issue of what happened if Chelsea Green and Piper Niven face each other in the finals, before Mitchell comes in with a candlestick to run their pair off. We head back to ringside as LA Knight makes his way down the ramp to a big pile from the crowd, while commentary puts over his recent appearance elsewhere. LA Knight has a microphone as he addresses Sami Zayn, talking to him about the Bloodline Civil War, but LA Knight says he has bigger things to focus on, like this United States Open Challenge. Yeah, Legado del Fantasma make their way out in response with the question raised of which member might be challenging. Santos Escobar has made it clear it's interested in a shot at the title before. As the group enters the ring, Escobar grabs a microphone saying the champion's name, which draws a yeah chant from the crowd. Escobar makes fun of this, as well as the Milwaukee crowd, before saying it's time for someone to shut LA Knight up. Santos Escobar addresses the opportunity for Elektra Lopez to become the first ever Women's United States Champion, and says he wants a chance to bring the titles to the group. But LA Knight says the two of them have been there, done that before, saying Humberto has been staring a hole in him this whole time. He offers the opportunity to Humberto, running down Santos and Electro Lopez before Humberto attacks him. He stomps away at the champ as the referee enters the ring, pulling him back to set up for this United States Championship title match up next. Commercial break. So we get the United States Championship Open Challenge. So we get LA Knight defends against Humberto. In this match right here, this was a this was pretty good match right here. Back from the break, the action is already in progress with Humberto getting the upper hand on the champion as he goes up on the turnbuckle, shoving LA Knight away to hit a drop kick that gets him a near fall. Humberto sets on the attack with some right hands before going to work on the head and neck of the champion, but the crowd wills him back into this as LA Knight fights back to his feet with some punches. Humberto heads to the rope, but is intercepted by LA Knight, who sends him over the top rope to the outside, leaving the ring. LA Knight slams Humberto's head against the announcer table before sending him back in the ring for a 2 count. Before fights back for an O'Connor roll for a 2 count and a near fall shortly after. Despite his best efforts, Humberto goes up top for a moonsault, but the champ blocks it before hitting a body slam followed by an elbow drop, but the challenger managed to evade it. Humberto back in control as he sends LA Knight in the corner, setting him up on the turnbuckle for a superplex. LA Knight fights him off, sending him to the mat before going up top for an elbow drop. Humberto back to his feet, but is driven face first to the mat with the BFT that gives the champ the win to retain. The winner by pinfall and still your United States champion, LA Knight. This was a pretty good match. LA Knight celebrates the win as we get a replay of the finish, but that celebration is short lived as Shinsuke Nakamura returns to the WWE with an attack on the United States Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura leaves the ring with the champ still down as we cut away. Now I can already tell that Shinsuke Nakamura is going to take the United States Championship off of LA Knight. I can see it coming from a mile away. Shinsuke is going to take the United States Championship off of LA Knight. I can sense it coming from a mile away. All right, nice little U.S. title match between LA Knight and Humberto. I really like the setup for that since LA Knight and Santos have already had their battles. Good showing for the challenger, but LA Knight retains only to be attacked by a returning Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah, hashtag Smackdown. Backstage, the Usos are still trying to figure out their situation as Sami Zayn joins them and the trio enter the dressing room of Roman Reigns as we get in from WWE Live upcoming dates before going to commercial. So we go to commercial break. We come back from the break with a hype package for the Royal Rumble on February 1st, followed by a view of Milwaukee, a rundown of what's to come later tonight. I already know that John Cena is going to be a part of the Royal Rumble this year's 2025. I can see that coming. All right. Let me continue. Backstage, the OG Bloodline convenes inside the dressing room of Roman Reigns. Sami Zayn addresses the fact that they don't have a fifth member before Jey Uso asks Roman Reigns if he made that call. We see Solo Sikoa making his entrance on the television inside the dressing room. And honestly, pretty cool little trick to transition to Solo Sikoa making his way down to the rim as we head back to ringside. The all new bloodline entered the ring to a chorus of boos as Solo Sikoa raised the microphone to speak to the people of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He tells them to acknowledge him. I am not acknowledging Solo Sikoa. That is not going. That is not going to happen. To which has Bloodline oblivious despite the boos of the crowd. But this is interrupted by the music of the OTC as Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline step out of the ring, step out to the stage. This leads to a stare down between the two sides of this civil war. Before the OG Bloodline makes the way down the ramp towards the ring, they get on the apron to stare their foes down before entering, and chaos ensures that as all eight men go at it. Tama, Tonga, and Tonga Loa are sent to the outside where Jimmy Uso hits a dive as Jacob Fatu goes on a rampage before going at the both Uso on the floor. Back in the ring, Solo sets Sami Zayn up for a Samoan spike before he cuts off with a spear by Roman Reigns. The two nod before Sami Zayn hits a dive on the outside. As we see Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu stare each other down in the ring. This is interrupted by Bronson Reed. What was Bronson Reed doing on SmackDown tonight? Anyway, Blindside and the OTC giving a look to Jacob Fatu before the two take turns beating down Roman Reigns. The OG Bloodline tried to even the odds as they entered the ring, but Solo Regoose takes the upper hand as they lay waste to the Usos and Sami Zayn after a big tsunami on Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso we're here Solo yelling at Tongaloa to get Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns is able to fend him off only for Tama Tonga to blindside him and send him into the ring. Roman Reigns sends him to the floor with a Superman punch and starts to fend off Bronson Reed, but Solo Sokoa catches him from behind to keep the OTC down. Jacob Fatu attacks the OTC next, followed by a tsunami by Bronson Reed before security rushes out to finally break things up. Solo Sikoa and his bloodline stand tall over a finally Roman Reigns, much to the charging of the crowd as the crew makes their way up, up the ramp. We see a replay of what went down before seeing Solo and his crew celebrate the damage that's been done. We hear Jey Uso telling Roman Reigns once more to make the call as the two men recover in the ring. With that, we go to commercial break. This was a really good segment. Yeah, really good segment here as the Bloodline Civil War rage on. Like the transition with Soul Squad and on Roman Reigns. TV leading the ringside shot and Bronson Reed is confirmed for Solo's fifth man come war games. But who is Roman Reigns gonna call? So hashtag WWE Smackdown. Alright, so we go to commercial break. We come back from break with an ad for WWE Shop, followed by a look back of the chaos between the two bloodline factions, with Soul Sikoa Squad standing tall when all was said and done. This brings us to commentary, asking who is Roman Reigns could call to join their team for War Games before looking back to what happened between Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis earlier tonight. We find Kevin Owens has posted a video to social media, and we get a look at where Kevin Owens says he simply did his job last week. Despite being turned away from the arena tonight, he just got a call from Nick Aldis to come to Salt Lake City because Cody Rhodes wants him there. He promised he would be there despite feeling he shouldn't be because he loves the mountains of Utah, and that we do that the people want him to do his job. Back at ringside, the Street Profits make their way to the ring for our match, ready to challenge the Motor City Machine Guns for the WWE Tag Team Champions. Man, what a sentence to type in 2024. Anyway, out next are the Motor City Machine Guns as the champ heads to the ring to get this match on the way. Alright, so we get the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin defense against the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. And this match right here, this was a fun tag team match. This tag team match was fun for what it was. It says, what was I? Oh yes. It says we start things off with Chris Sabin and Montez Ford going at it. The action going back and forth before Montez Ford picks up and therefore over the champions. This ends with a standstill between the two before Chris Sabin takes Montez Ford to the mat with a couple arm drags, and they made to Alex Shelley, who as the Guns double team Montez Ford for a near fall. Alex Shelley tries again, but only gets a near fall all the same before Montez Ford backs taking Alex down with a shoulder tackle, forcing him to the outside, where Angelo Dawkins catches him with a pounce to announce table. The challengers are in control of things as we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, the Street Profits have Alex Shelley in the corner as they exchange tags to get Montez Ford back in. But Alex Shelley managed to get the tag to Chris Sabin, leading to the Guns getting one over on the challengers. With a pair of dives to the floor, back in the ring, Alex Shelley makes a tag for a double team by the champs, who gets a near fall in the process despite making a tag back in. Chris Sabin getting attacked by the Street Profits on the ropes until Tommaso Ciampa rush to the apron and attack all three men to bring this match to a screening halt. The match ends in a no contest. Motor City Machine Guns are still your WWE Tag Team Champions. The match was going good until Tommaso Ciampa ruined it. Alright. Ciampa continues the attack until Johnny Gargano rushes down to talk some sense into his partner, who shoves him aside before heading up the ramp, talking about his frustration. Back in the ring, the Ciampas help the Street Profits back up for some sportsmanship, only to be attacked by Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, frustrated with losing their opportunity for the titles as we get a graphic for the women's championship match before going to commercial break. Really like where this tag title match was going before Ciampa got involved. The end things observably 3 weeks later. This is still wild seeing Motor City Machine Guns as the WWE Tag Team Champions, and liking this frustration, which shows by the Street Profits and DIY, especially Chopper. Now I think they're gonna tease the Street Profits breakup, but I already know that Tommaso Ciampa is going to turn on Johnny Gargano. I can sense it. I'm sensing it from a mile away. All right, let's move on. Commercial break. We're back from break with one more view of Milwaukee, Wisconsin before highlighting the signs of the night, followed by a look back at Nia Jax facing Naomi last month, leading to the latter earning a shot at the women's championship in our main event. Backstage, Bailey shows some respect to Naomi before addressing the situation with Liv Morgan and Liv Morgan's team champ with the women's. I'm sorry, not Liv Morgan, with the women's WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair and Jack Cargill. The pair offered to help out there's any trouble, but from Yo Sky and her crew before we get a rundown of what's coming next week, including a triple threat with Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green, and Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green, and Bella Davenport for the Women's United States Championship for the United States for the Women's United States Championship tournament, and face to face between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Like I stated earlier in the beginning, put the WWE the Women's United States Championship around Chelsea Green. I can see her wearing that belt. That's all I gotta say. It says what was I? It says did I did I it says I'm sorry, what was I? It says yeah, I was. It says that some hype for Cody Rhodes' upcoming game day appearance take us back at ringside where Naomi makes her way out for tonight's main event. The crowd is loving it as we go to commercial break with the women WWE Women's Champion on the line up next. So we go to commercial break. All right, back from break. Naomi eagerly awaits the arrival of the WWE Women's Champion as Nia Jax makes her way out alongside with Tiffany Stratton, Miss Money in the Bank briefcase in hand, as she lets the champion heads down to the ring for this main event. Nia Jax enters the ring, and we get we get ring introductions from the challenger and the champion before this match gets underway. So we get the main event of the evening, the WWE Women's Championship match. Nia Jax defends against Naomi. This was a good match. Nia Jax goes on the attack earlier, sending the challenger into the corner before using her power to swing Naomi around and to the mat. Naomi heads to the opposite corner, but is taken down by the champ before fighting back to her feet for a kick to Nia Jax. Running splash by Naomi gets the challenger at near fall, and we see Bailey and Tiffany Stratton watching from separate rooms backstage. Back in the ring, Nia Jax sends her challenger through the ropes to the outside, but Naomi managed to fight back for a near fall as she gets back in the ring. Nia Jax takes control again, however, as she picks up the near fall before focusing on the chin lock to wear Naomi down. Naomi back to her feet as she hits the ropes, catching the champ with a kick, but Nia Jax drops her down to the mat once more, going back on the attack. Naomi is sent to the ropes now, but managed to fight back before the champ takes her back down hard before we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Nia Jax is firmly in control as she sends Naomi down for a near fall, taking the ropes for a headbutt followed by a half crowd to keep the challenger trapped in the middle of the ring, only for Naomi to land a hard kick to break free. Naomi fights back and takes the champ to the canvas for a 2 count. Naomi stays on top of things by hitting the ropes for a kick that keeps Nia Jax at bay, followed by the rear view for the cover, but the champ kicks out. Naomi brings Nia Jax to her feet only to be sent into the corner before Nia Jax catches her with a small drop to the mat. The champ brings Naomi to the corner for the annihilator, but the challenger fights her off to hit a crossbody, sending both women to the floor. Backstage, we see Liv Morgan and her bodyguard Raquel Rodriguez lay out Bianca Belair and Jack Cargill before we go back to ringside where Naomi sends Nia Jax back into the ring. As the ref checks on the champ, Tiffany Stratton blindsides Naomi before sending her back into the ring, allowing Nia Jax to get to the middle of the turnbuckle, but the challenger intercepts the two go at it as Nia Jax goes for an avalanche body slam, only for Naomi to counter for a near fall. Tiffany Stratton tries to get involved before Bailey runs down to even things up, setting Tiffany Stratton aside as Naomi gets another near fall on the champ, followed by a split leg and moonsault, but But even this is not enough as Nia Jax once again kicks out. Naomi goes back up top as Candice LeRae runs down the ramp, sending Bayley into the ring post, which drops Naomi as well, allowing Nia Jax to take her to the mat. An hour later, by the champ, and by the champ gives her the win to retain. The winner by pinfall is still your WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax. This was a good main event match. Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae entered the ring to celebrate alongside the champion, standing over Naomi, who is recovering. As we go backstage to see Roman Reigns talked about talked about to make Reigns about to make a much needed call to the wise men. Expect it seems that Paul Heyman has changed his number, leaving us with a confused and disheartened Roman Reigns pondering his next step as SmackDown comes to a close. Good main event here between Naomi and Nia Jax, even if it felt slightly trunch, truncated with the chaos of the finish. Liv Morgan and her bodyguard Raquel Rodriguez taking out the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions help help drive a story forward. There there as does Candice LeRae going after Bayley as Nia Jax retains hashtag SmackDown. And quite like this edition of SmackDown, overall some good storyline progression, especially for the Bloodline situation heading into Survivor Series. Also, as someone filling in who is used to AEW's presentation weekly, the forever fewer matches was a nice change of path. TBH, LOL. Alright, and WWE SmackDown goes out there. Alright, let me get my opinion what I think about SmackDown now. Now, WWE SmackDown was a decent show. Then next week Monday, we're going next week Monday Night Raw is gonna be pre-taped. I don't want to be spoiled. Um, that's all I gotta say. Even though I am gonna watch Monday Night Raw, but I want to be spoiled at the same time. But anyway, SmackDown, WWE SmackDown was a decent show, and that's all I gotta say. But if you guys join my WWE SmackDown review on Highs, please make sure you guys full watch the video before you leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Cause I'm on the road to 7K along with that 3K watch hours, so I can get that membership. So I'm on the road to YouTube partner as well. But make sure you guys follow my social media down below in the description. So if I don't have nothing to do tomorrow, I will go live on YouTube for some Fortnite, and that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, I will make a YouTube short video showing you guys the full proof of my thumbnail. So I'm gonna make a YouTube short about that. Just let all my subs and viewers know I'm gonna make a YouTube short video showing you guys my thumbnail. The highlight of the night is Shinsuke Nakamura returning and attacking LA Knight. Now, in my own opinion, I think Shinsuke Nakamura is going to take the United States Championship off of LA Knight. Are they going to do it at War Games? We don't know, but we have to wait and see. But I know Shinsuke Nakamura is going to take the United States Championship off of LA Knight. I can sense it coming from my way, and I'm going to be the first one calling straight down the middle. But enough of me yapping. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kids, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.